10 early signs a relationship won't last. No one wants to think that their relationship might not work out. But unfortunately, not all relationships are meant to be. Sometimes it's better to know early on that a relationship won't last, so that you can save yourself the heartache down the road. If you're wondering whether your relationship is heading in the right direction, pay attention to these 10 early signs that a relationship won't last. By recognizing these warning signs, you can make the decision to either stay and try to fix things or move on before it's too late. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel because we upload new videos every day. Let's begin. Number 1. Constant bickering. When a couple is constantly bickering, it's a sign that they're not compatible. If they can't even have a conversation without getting into an argument, it's likely that the relationship won't be able to survive long-term. The constant bickering is often a symptom of larger problems in the relationship. If a couple can't communicate and resolve their differences, it's likely that they'll eventually break up. Number 2. A lack of communication. This can manifest in different ways, but typically it means that you and your partner are not talking about important things or sharing your thoughts and feelings with each other. This can lead to tension, conflict, and a feeling of distance between you. If you're not communicating with your partner, it's important to try to address the issue so that you can resolve it. Otherwise, it's likely that the relationship will continue to deteriorate. Number 3. Different views on finances. When it comes to finances, everyone has different views. Some people are spenders, while others are savers. Some people believe in financial independence, while others view money as a means to an end. Regardless of your views on finances, it's important to be on the same page as your partner. Different views on finances can create tension in a relationship. If you and your partner can't come to an agreement on how to handle money, it could lead to arguments and resentment. If you're not careful, financial differences can cause serious damage to your relationship. If you want your relationship to last, it's important to talk about your finances early on. Number 4. Different religious beliefs. Different religious beliefs can be a major point of contention in any relationship. If you and your partner don't see eye to eye when it comes to religion, it can be difficult to find common ground. This can lead to arguments and even resentment over time. It's also important to consider how important religion is to each of you. If it's something that you feel strongly about, it may be difficult to continue the relationship if your partner isn't willing to budge on their own beliefs. However, if religion isn't as big of a deal to either of you, it may not be worth breaking up over. Ultimately, only you and your partner can decide if different religious beliefs are something you can overcome together or not. But it's important to really think about it before getting too serious with someone whose views on religion differ from your own. Number 5. Different political views. When it comes to relationships, it is important to have common ground. Different political views can be a major source of contention in a relationship. If you and your partner have different political views, it is important to be able to discuss these differences openly and respectfully. Without being able to do so, it is likely that the relationship will not be able to withstand the test of time. Number 6. Different goals and aspirations. Different goals and aspirations are often one of the first signs that a relationship won't last. If you and your partner have different goals and aspirations, it can be difficult to find common ground and make plans for the future. This can lead to disagreements and conflict, which can eventually cause the relationship to unravel. If you're in a relationship with someone who has different goals and aspirations than you, it's important to try to compromise and find ways to support each other. However, if you're constantly compromising without reciprocity, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Number 7. Not being able to compromise. If you're unable to compromise with your partner, it's likely that your relationship won't last. Whether it's something as small as what takeout to order or something as big as where to live, being able to meet in the middle is key to a lasting relationship. If you're constantly butting heads about decision-making, it'll only be a matter of time before cracks start to form. Number 8. A lack of trust. A lack of trust is one of the early signs a relationship won't last. If you can't trust your partner, it's difficult to feel safe and secure in the relationship. Without trust, building a foundation of mutual respect is difficult. If you find yourself constantly questioning your partner's motives or fidelity, it's time to have a serious conversation about whether this relationship is right for you. Number 9. Feeling like you're always fighting. You should feel like your partner is on your team when you're in a healthy relationship. But if you feel like you're always fighting, it's a sign that something is wrong. If you can't seem to communicate without arguing, or if every disagreement turns into a fight, it's time to take a step back and figure out what's going on. There could be many reasons why you feel like you're always fighting. Maybe you're not communicating effectively, or there's some unresolved conflict between you and your partner. It could also be a sign that one or both of you are feeling overwhelmed and need some time to yourself. Whatever the reason, it's important to address the issue head-on so you can either resolve it or decide that the relationship isn't right for you. Number 10. Feeling like you're not yourself when you're with the person. It can be unsettling when you don't feel like yourself around your partner. Maybe you worry that you're not being real with them, or they're not seeing the true you. Or, worst of all, maybe you feel like you're losing yourself in the relationship and don't know how to get back to who you once were. If this is something you're experiencing, it's important to pay attention to it and try to understand what might be causing it. It could simply be a case of nerves or anxiety, in which case time and patience will likely help. However, if you find that you consistently don't feel like yourself around your partner, it could be a sign that the relationship isn't right for you. There are many different reasons why this might be the case. Perhaps you're incompatible with each other and are constantly trying to put on a facade of happiness. Or maybe the relationship is too needy and demanding, leaving you feeling drained and depleted. Whatever the reason, if being with your partner doesn't make you feel good about yourself, it's probably not a healthy relationship. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking, subscribing, and clicking the bell icon.